Good morning and welcome. We could not have a nicer day here, as well as, almost more importantly, construction work already underway. I'd like to welcome you to celebrate with us, and it's very important that we get these terms correct. It's the great expansion of Kaiser Permamente into their new Carrollton Regional Administration Building. I cannot tell you how many people have worked so hard together to make this happen. So I am the MC today. I'm Vicki Davis. I'm with Urban Atlantic. We are the developer. And I have the great pleasure of sharing with you all of the people who have contributed to this effort. And I see many of you in the crowd. And I'm going to ask first for your forgiveness, because I'm going to miss somebody. And it's going to be unintentional, but I think it's very important. So I would like to start by welcoming our dignitaries here, and I would ask you to stand and remain standing until I've completed the list. There are 6. The first dignitary is County Executive Rashern Baker III. Next, we have Council Chair Derek Davis. Next, we have our most favorite councilwoman, Danielle Glaros. I'd also like to welcome Delegate Jimmy Tarlow, Delegate Angela Angel, and Councilman Dwayne Rosenberg. We have a tremendous number of, thank you very much. That's very impressive. We have a tremendous roster of dignitaries who will speak with you this morning. I'd like to start out the day with gratitude. I too can follow orders. I'd like to start off by saying these kinds of deals don't get done without work from a lot of people. Really a lot of people. There are some people who start the process, some people who are with it throughout, and some people who finish it. So I'm going to read you, it's going to be a little bit like the Oscars, and I apologize for that, but I'm going to read you through the list. Urban Atlantic is our company, and my partner Scott Nordheimer is one of the people who visioned this deal. My partner Lois Freed is the person who made this happen financially. My partner Alan Letterman is the guy who's going to take it from start to finish. Ralph Chueri is going to work with him to do that. And we have a very special pinch hitter with Urban Atlantic, who is Woody Bolton. And he's built more office than most people I know. And so he's been really working this very hard. From WMATA, Paul Wiedefeld is the leader of WMATA, and his team is an extraordinary team. It really is. It's led by Nina Albert and Andy Scott and Steve Teitelbaum and Tracy Dickerson and Venkata Ganta. Tarek Bushnak's also part of it, but he's not here today. I want to tell you that Steve Teitelbaum has worked tirelessly, literally tirelessly, to make this happen, and we appreciate it so very much. From the county, I cannot begin to thank the leadership team enough. It's really remarkable. And you have a lot to be proud of. And I'll tell you, the county executive and the council members and their staff has taken us aside at every opportunity to help us get this done. And they assigned us the dream team of Tom Himmler, David Iannucci, Brad Frome, Haitham Hijazi, and Roland Jones. And it's a remarkable team. From Kaiser Permanente, there is one person here who is the driving force. She is the general of this, and that's Lorena Gonzalez. On her team, and please don't let me forget anybody, is Melissa Pumasang, who handles all the details, Alton Millwood, Mike Bellamy, and Clayton Mitchell. She's also ably helped by her broker, who is a fierce lady, Rita Robeson. To really create a beautiful building and make it work functionally, you have to have an amazing design team. So the first person on our design team is the group from Soltez. We have Jim Soltez, Ken Dunn, Jason Mills, Brandon Farrell, and David Bickle, and they have worked tirelessly to make this site work. It is not easy to do metro development. It is not easy to do a very large master plan community, and they have really nailed it out of the park. Gensler, Jordan Goldstein, Bill Talley, who's worked magic on making this building come together. From Walker Parking, Jim Pudliner. I love parking. It's really important. It's not sexy, but it's important. And he really made it very effective. Shaladia is a company that has reviewed all of our drawings, and they have done it in double time. So Richard Latson, I think, is here, and we'd like to thank him for helping us through that process. He keeps us straight. Many people in this audience are lawyers, and we have a number of law firms that helped us through this. We have Greenstein, DeLorme, and Lux, Jared Greenstein, Bill Shipp, Neil Schechter, the entire gang from Linoes and Blocker, and Gordon Feinblatt. From Park and Planning, we'd really like to thank Whitney Chellis and her team. Unbelievable work. You know, we picked Clark to build this development. Their price was good. Their attention to detail was good. But one of the things that they did that was different is they had an incredibly diverse team that came and made the proposal to us. And it was very important to us. So I'd like to recognize Mike Hartman, Sally Huckstra, and Sean Sotheran. Then probably the most important people are at the end. And that's the people who ultimately gave us their trust and their money to make this happen. And I'd like to thank our partners at TriPost. I'd like to thank our bankers at Eagle Bank, Matt Ladig. I'd like to thank our lenders at Bostonia, Anita Mullen and Josh Evans. And I hope that I have not forgotten people to thank. Oh, and I would also like to recognize Malcolm Augustine from the WMATA board. What a fitting final person. So what are we doing here today? And I promised Steve Teitelbaum that I would be mercifully short, so I'm going to be. What's important here today is the community building, bringing economic development to Prince George's County, the almost 1,000 jobs that are coming with Kaiser Permamente. That is a remarkable number. as well as the first 100 million out of $1 billion development. And that's really important. I will tell you, we had very tough taskmasters at the county, and we have unprecedented goals for local and minority participation here. We have a 20% goal for county businesses, and we have a 25% goal for all minority businesses. And it is really going to be a lot of hard work to make that happen, and I think it's going to be terrific. So we're well on our way. And with that, I would like to introduce the first speaker, who is Paul Wiedefeld from WMATA, the general manager.
Good morning. I'll be very short. I also want to thank the team, particularly the team at Metro, Nina and her entire team, Steve. Thank you so much. These projects come about through partnership. It's a partnership, obviously, between the developer, between the tenant, Kaiser Permamente, between the county and the leadership that you provided, Mr. County Executive, and obviously between Metro. Joint development here, what a fantastic site. When you think about what we have here between Metro, Amtrak, MARC, we're going to have the Purple Line here. It's when you think of the whole Northeast Corridor, you cannot find a better site that has that type of connectivity. So we're privileged to be part of this program that eventually, when built out, will be 1.2 million square feet of development and lots of jobs, lots of people living here, and in effect a community around here. For us as an agency, it's important because it's a reverse commute, so we get much more usage out of the system with very few dollars added to it. But eventually, it solves our longer financial issue to have more people use the system. I also did want to point out Kim, and thank you for everything that you've been doing. As you may know, Kim's very active in the Washington Board of Trade and has been dealing with a lot of the structural funding issues that we have at Metro. So I just want to thank you for everything you've been doing for that. Thank you so much.
Next, I would like to introduce Danielle Glaros. And from the very moment that we were selected, she was there for us, met with us, gave us thoughts and ideas of how to develop, and has been part of the process.
Good morning, everyone. I have to say that I stand here a little bit in awe today of the moment that we're all experiencing. It's an honor to be here as the county council member for Prince George's County and also the vice chair for the county council. And you are in my district. And we have had New Carrollton as a vision for such a long time here in Prince George's County. And not just us, WMATA, the region, has looked at this transportation hub, looked at the surface parking lots that surround it, and said, what of the opportunity? And so we are at one of the most amazing moments, I think, where we're digging up a parking lot at the station as we see Amtrak go behind us, as we see Metro constantly travel. But this is just one of many pieces that are happening here at the New Carrollton Metro as we realize this vision. If you've been on the other side, you know we have a growing education technology company, 2U, 1,000+ jobs going across the tracks. We have a brand new multifamily housing project, the REMI. We have the state headquarters for the Department of Housing and Community Development. And now we're about to have the Mid-Atlantic office for Kaiser Permanente. And as my chair would say, they thought we couldn't do it. I'm happy to say that Vicki did a lot of my thank yous earlier, so I appreciate that. But I do want to speak a little bit. Every one of these sites, whether it's here in District 3 or throughout the county, every one of them has a story. Every one of them has a partnership. It takes vision and leadership and a team behind you. And all of you in this audience have been part of the team, and many more, whether that's the folks in our planning board, whether that's our permits inspection enforcement team that's going to help us deliver this project on time at the end of next year. So all of us have played a critical role, but I really want to speak to a few folks in particular. First of all, Urban Atlantic. Urban Atlantic has been with us from the beginning on this project. This project has not been easy to get off the ground. There were many more partners on this project when it first was moving forward. But Urban Atlantic understood the vision, stuck with the county, stuck with this site, and today we get to celebrate all of your hard work. So I want to really thank Urban Atlantic. The WMATA team, you have crunched numbers, you have done a lot of analysis. I've been part of that for many, many years. I've seen several key people turn over, and still we keep moving forward on this site. And I have no doubt that we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the continued leadership of Paul and your entire team. So thank you, WMATA, for getting us here today. To the county execs team and to the county exec, this has been one of our priority transit-oriented development sites in Prince George's County since day one when the county executive arrived. And that's the type of leadership it takes. It takes a team of people who are committed to delivering complex sites like this one. And so I really want to thank you and your entire team for all your work. I also want to thank my team, my county council, and many of them wish they could be here today, but as many of you know, this is our busy season, and they are actually all in committee reviewing bills right now, while the chair and I are here for the groundbreaking. So I want to really thank my county council members, particularly Councilmember Andrea Harrison. We share New Carrollton Metro. Our district line is just right here where this road is, and it really has been a team effort of all of us on the council to get us to here. And last, I really want to thank Kaiser Permanente. Kaiser is an amazing partner, and I've been sharing that with them today, but they've been a partner in Prince George's for a really long time. They've been a partner in our Port Towns communities. They have worked with me and my colleagues on many pieces of legislation supporting healthy foods and healthy opportunities here in Prince George's County. And I can't be more excited that they are the office building that's coming here, because I know that that partnership is just going to continue to grow with them. So I want to thank Kaiser for your investment here and your entire team, and we're looking forward to working with you. With that said, I just want to close out by, again, just thanking all of you for joining us here today. And please take the moment to just pause, because 4 years ago, this wouldn't be happening. 3 years ago, we had the county office building open. Now we are seeing a bunch of buildings, and it is only going to continue to grow. And I hope to see all of you back here for our next groundbreaking. We're going to be breaking ground for the multifamily housing project, which will be over here where many of you parked. There's more to come this way. And please continue your investment here in Prince George's County.
It's my great pleasure and honor to introduce the regional president of Kaiser Permanente, Kim Horn.
Good morning. We couldn't pick a better day than today, could we? Yeah, so on behalf of the nearly 10,000 employees and physicians throughout this region, I want to thank you for coming out on this beautiful morning. I don't think it could be any better. So I also want to share Vicki's gratitude to all the many people that made this happen. You know, this is a very ambitious project, and it took, it's a village to make it happen. And special thank you to County Executive Rashern Baker and Paul Wiedefelt from WMATA and Council Member Danielle Grassos. But I want to take this moment, though, to shout out to our Kaiser Permanente team that has, from the very beginning a couple years ago when they identified this particular location and kind of the vision for that, did the hard work on behalf of our organization. So thank you, Lorena, in particular. So, this particular project, and it's really exciting to be sitting here and looking at the renderings and thinking what it's going to be like in the end of 2018 when our employees move in here. But it really is part of a broader strategy about how we're thinking about this region, how we're thinking about Prince George's County. It's about, of course, it's about healthcare. And of course, that's what we do. But it's also about building healthy communities. What that has economic opportunity, economic development, job opportunities for people, healthy environments. So it's all of those things. And this particular location represents all of that. We're going to have about 1,000 people on any given day, 850 permanently seated here. And this embodies, this project embodies what we would say healthy, thriving. And you've got these little yoga things out there that has thrive on it, and it's something that's kind of core to the heart here. So this will represent for our employees a location where they can ride the metro, have access to Amtrak, get on the MARC. They can get out and walk around. There'll be retail. There'll be a fitness facility within the building. There'll be on-site dining with healthy food, and they'll be able to live and work here and play here. And so this is like the perfect project that embodies everything that Kaiser Permanente is about. So on behalf of the entire team and everyone who made this project possible, thank you for having us, and we look forward to being a great partner with you all.
It is my pleasure to introduce the Vice President and Business Information Officer of Kaiser Permanente, Dr. Michael Willis.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here today for this groundbreaking, but more importantly, the expansion of the partnership between Prince George's County and Kaiser Permanente. It's interesting. About 2 days ago, I visited with a neighbor of mine and that I grew up with, and she's now 95 years old. And I try to go see her on a regular basis to talk to her about what I'm doing and what's going on. And she asked me about this particular event because I had described it briefly. And she said to me, "Well, Mike, what type of building is it?" And I started to describe the physical attributes of the building. And she said, no. Mike, tell me about what the building is going to do and what it's going to symbolize. And I thought that was a much more meaningful way for me to express today what this building means to us at Kaiser Permanente. It's about job creation. It's about economic development. It's about innovation. It's about, from a technology perspective, us looking at how we can leverage social media, how we can leverage mobile technologies, digital technologies, video visits, and really start to look at how we can improve in a more expeditious fashion, a more cost-effective fashion, the efficiencies that we can deliver to improve the life and well-being of the members that we serve. So when I'm here today, I'm excited about what we can do together in Prince George's County. I'm excited about the growth and the future. So this is not just a multi-structured building, it's a symbol of the future, and it's a positive symbol of the future, what we can all do together. So I'm very, very excited about what's coming, and again, the hard work that we can do together, and with vision and hard work, those dreams become reality. So I want to thank all of you so much for allowing us to be a part of this particular initiative, and we're excited about being here with all of you today. Thanks so much.
Well, we have a lot to celebrate here today, and I can't even tell you what a pleasure it is for me to introduce the county executive and candidate for governor, Rashern Baker.
Can we give Vicki and her team a round of applause? I have to start by thanking Urban Atlantic for sticking with us. They've been at this a long time. They saw the vision early on and they committed to it. And today we're here to see the first phases of what's going on around this metro station. I have a couple of thank yous I want to do also. Vicki, I like the idea, Dream Team. You're right. I mean, I have been blessed as county executive. I should actually do this. I want to thank you who are here today. And I want to thank the people of Prince George's County. Because if it wasn't for your commitment and vision and faith in us, the council chair wouldn't have a job, Danielle wouldn't have a job, and I certainly wouldn't have a job. So it is you. You should give yourselves a round of applause for that. But there are some individuals who gave up some very promising and lucrative careers in the private sector to come and join this team. And I certainly want to thank Tom Himmler, who is a DCL. Can we give him a round of applause? David Iannucci, who thought he was just coming to give me advice, and he's been here the entire time of the Brad Fromm, who's probably not here because he shies away once the work is actually done. Can we give him a round of applause? And Roland Jones, what a great team. He's done a great job. I also want to thank Malcolm Augustine for stepping in there. I told him, I said, listen, you know what's important to Prince George's County? Economic development. We put him in the deep end of the pool, Derek. And he learned he swam. You know, he did a great job. Let's give him a round of applause. But the difference between where we are when we started this project, started thinking about it, and getting us here today, if there's one individual that wasn't on the team at the beginning, that is the Metro chairman, Paul Wiederfeld. He's the difference. He came in right away and made that commitment. And what can I say about Kaiser Permanente? Great organization, great commitment to Prince George's County. I try to steal as many of your employees as I can. They know that's the truth, so they won't let me talk to anybody else. But I mean, this right here is a big part of why Prince George's County is growing. Can we give them all a round of applause? Thank you, Kaiser. Now, you know, I'd like to say that, you know, I'm not selfish at all, and that, you know, I wanted this to work because 3 years ago, you know, David Iannucci and our team, when we kicked off focusing on the metros around Prince George's County, those 5 focus areas, we started here and we did the picture here, right? A really nice picture. I was young. I had black hair. I was a good-looking guy back then. Now I'm old and beat down now. But we took our picture up there. And I'd like to say that's what really inspired me and the administration to work hard with the council to make it happen. But I'd be lying. I live a stone's throw away from here in Cheverly. And when I wasn't county executive and I worked in the private sector, we had an office downtown on K Street, which is really nice except for when you're driving downtown to get to K Street in the traffic. And it was a national nonprofit, and our board came from New York. And I said to them, we should really move out to the county. One, because I want to be closer to my house and my young children then. And I said, there's a metro, there's the Amtrak. This makes all the sense in the world, and it's going to be developed because this is the future of where development is going. Now, they didn't believe me, and I moved the office anyway right across over there. And I said, don't worry, it's going to take off. And the time I was there, it never really took off. And I said, damn it. We're going to make this happen. And that was the commitment for Prince George's County. What we understood back then when we first took over, right, Derek? That's right. Was that if we did a few things right in this county, we could actually be the economic engine of the Washington region, and I dare say the state of Maryland. It's understanding a partnership with the nonprofit world, with the corporations, with the county, with WMATA, to build around those areas and really do the things to make this a place where people really can work, live, and play. And that is what you're seeing all over Prince George's County today. That is a commitment for us, and it's going to continue. This is just the first part of it. What we've done on the other side by making sure that we brought the Department of Housing and Community Development at the state level here just anchors it. But this is going to be a big, great development, and all of you are a part of it. Thank you very much.
Okay, this is the best part. We decided to do something a little different for groundbreaking. And what we decided to do is celebrate the unsung heroes. So what I'd like to do, just one moment, is ask all of the dignitaries to maybe stand here together. and I have 4 awards to present. If you would join together, please. I'd like to talk to you about the first person. And I'd actually like my partners, Scott and Lois, to come up and join us as well. Okay. So, the first person is Steve Teitelbaum. So, I want to tell you about Steve. He's tireless. He's innovative. He's solutions-oriented. He has great spelling and grammar. That's really important.
That's very important.
So I really, really appreciate everything you've done for us. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Maybe you have a photo op with the dignitaries. And Scott, come on back here.
I'm too old for that.
No.
I'm too long, Scott.
Come and stand at the end because it's going to be a picture. No, okay. Some things you can do, some things you can't. All right. The next one is a very remarkable group of people. Oh, fine. That's a good idea. I'll get out of the way. The instructor is being instructed.
Very good job.
I know that feels.
Thank you. The next group is actually entirely unanticipated. It's a group that's worked together as a dream team. It's the Prince George's County Economic Development Team. And, you know, we met in this very small room in Las Vegas at the ICSC convention, and they had David Iannucci, and Tom Himmler, and Brad Fromm, and then down at the end of the table, they had Haitham Hijazi, and they're like, "This guy's gonna get it done for you," together they did, along with Jim Coleman and along with Roland Jones. And so I'd like all of you who are here, and not everybody is, to please come up and get your award.
Over here.
Hold those spots for me, guys. Thank you. All right, we're gonna go on 3. 1, 2, and 3. One more time, please. 1, 2, and 3. Keep holding those spots for me, please. Again on 3. 1, 2, and 3.
Please look here as well, thank you. All right, now 3, 1, 2, and 3.
All right, paparazzi's done. Thank you.
Thank you. So we're to the third one. And this person, it's not unusual to get a text from them at 4 a.m. For those of you who have your cell phones on, that's really not a good idea. A person who is persistent, a person who is a strong advocate for her team, who pushes to a goal line, who gets everybody together, who really makes it happen. It's Lorena Gonzalez from Kaiser Permamente. Thank you. Thank you.
One this way. Look right here. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
And the last one, we have a great team, so this was a very hard choice. But the last one is a person who has worked with me for 12 years and who's grown from an intern in graduate school to a partner of ours on our development, and that's Alan Letterman. And he has worked so hard to pull together the pieces here to make this happen. So Alan, come on up.
Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, look right here, please. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Last one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you all so very much for being with us today. There are hard hats and shovels, and we would like to welcome you all to take photographs with us. We can do this by groups. I'm sure that Jason's going to tell us where to go. And so thank you, a great pleasure, and we look forward to the development. Oh, one last thing. Jason Williams and his team from Mason-Dixon. Woo-hoo! Thank you so much.
Cover those graves.
I know. You feel? I actually like that. Really? We'll be doing this at Branch Avenue. And for all those who said they couldn't do it. Tell me that again.
Go Prince. Tell me again. Thank you very much.
Need more female.
Down on this hand. Thank you.
There you go. There's 3 on the end right there. There you go.
You need a hard hat.
You need a hard hat.
Over there on the table.
You're the person I was looking for.
That would be a veteran move. Take a big rock. Right.
You got 2 more? Okay.
Want this project to go
Right.
fast.
She wants to hurry up.
The young people have dirt.
Camera set. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Got it. One more time. One more time.
One more time. Let's take the A train.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Take the A train.
All right. If you would hang on, hard hats to the next one.
One more time. All right.